Hey man, listen, YFN Lucci, man, he took a plea. He took a plea to 10 years, man, incarcerated, and I guess he got 10 years probation. Uh, but he waited it out, man. He waited it out, man. He was willing to go to trial. But in those situations like that, right, you got to weigh your options because you can go to trial and lose, but when you damn near got half of the time in, and you feel that they might have uh, a chance of convicting you, you got to weigh your options. I feel taking things to trial is a must. But when you feel that you don't have a win, or you might lose in a situation, sometimes you gotta plea out in the situation. You can't always fight every situation because you're not gonna win every situation. So the brother took a plea, and maybe it's because the lead district attorney, Fani Willis, she shook too many berries off the tree at the same time. And from what I see, she shook the tree with Young Thug, and his berries is still on there while she's shaking. So it's a possibility that Young Thug could be the one that takes the fall, because he was more vulgar in speaking on things that he admitted to in his situation. So I mean, I hope the brother gets through it, but he could be the one that has to take the fall, because from what I see, right, Donald Trump, it looks like Donald Trump is going to overcome the situation. It don't look like it's going to hold up with the Donald Trump situation, honestly, because she got too much going on. Now her skeletons have came out the closet, right? Now her skeletons have came out the closet, and they're looking at her. So all the people that she put this pressure on, some of them might be able to get away with the situation. Who knows? This is from what I'm seeing. Some of these people might be able to slide through, because they saying like, if they take her off the case, they're going to appoint some other prosecutors, and they might not just dismiss it, but the other prosecutors might look at Donald Trump's case as if maybe it's not a RICO case. This might not be a RICO case. He might be able to charge him with some other charges, but this might not be a RICO case, man. So I think she shook too many berries on the tree at the same time. It's not looking as promising as of when she charged all these people and got on the news. And when people make those statements and they're trying to make a statement to the world, they make a statement and they make it sound like as if they're just telling the truth. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like they're just correct. But when things start coming out, you put doubt in the mind. And that's what happens in the system here. In the system, all you have to do is put doubt in the system, as in make other people see things a different way. And that's what's going on here, because the prosecution makes people see things the way they want things to be seen. And most of the time it's influential to the people. The people are influenced, like, these are prosecutors. They know what they're talking about. It has to be true. When sometimes they lie. Sometimes they fabricate things too. They're only human. But I want y'all to check this video out, what they're talking about with Miss Fani here. When they're talking about Miss Fani here, check it out though, man, because Miss Fani, she's still under fire, man. She's in the hot seat.
Case that could derail the Georgia charges against Donald Trump. A judge has ordered the unsealing of documents in the divorce case involving Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis's alleged lover. He also happens to be the top prosecutor in the Trump election interference case. Willis is accused of having an improper relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade, and new findings from Wade's divorce proceedings point to the two taking several trips after he was given the job. These credit statements appear to show Wade purchasing flights to San Francisco and Napa Valley, and you can even see Willis's name listed as a fellow traveler. Now, the lawyer for Wade's ex-wife is calling for accountability.
We have questions. I want to know about how he's been spending his money. I have a reason to believe he's spending it on another woman. That's my client's money. And I want to ask questions about that. She's trying to hide under the shield of her position.
Now, Willis is facing possible questioning in that divorce case. And during a brief hearing yesterday, a Georgia judge put Willis's scheduled deposition on hold, but he was not having this excuse from Fani's attorney.
In this case, of course, the most recognizable issue is that she's dealing with, over in Fulton County, the election interference case involving former President Trump.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Axel, let me interrupt you. Let me ask you just to focus on the part of the law that says the proposed opponent lacks unique personal knowledge of any matter that's relevant.
Harris, as the Washington Post writes, look, atmospherically, this is a disaster.
That's code for, should we even be trying to push this case against Trump? Because our own house is a mess. Okay, so the wife came with receipts, actual receipts, the credit card statements that came out of her divorce filings from Jocelyn Wade that showed air travel, paid for. Now imagine being the wife, you're like looking at your own credit card statements and your husband's been like hopping flights with another woman, San Francisco, Miami. And guys, this wasn't like it was 10 years ago. The latest ones were in 2023. So this is more than just a distraction. That's taxpayer money potentially, because why was he on the dole if his resume didn't stack up for his job? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Jocelyn Wade has weighed in.
I mean, Kaylee, and for any American being able to enjoy Aruba and Napa and the West Coast, I mean, it's wow, it's sort of incredible. But as Harris points out, the questions of potentially improperly using taxpayer dimes all under cover of this very broad-based nationwide attack on President Trump. Again, the Washington Post, who you know would normally be in their corner, they say, you know what, the arrangement stinks, they say, and it plays directly into President Trump's hand, as it should, Kaylee.
Yeah, Ruth Marcus is exactly right about that. Think about, you're an American and you think what's happening to Trump is unjust. And you see in Georgia now this Fani Willis situation. And then you look over to Alvin Bragg, and the New York Times did an analysis of election attorneys and found, just to quote them directly, New York State prosecutors have never before filed an election law case involving a federal election. And then you look on over to the civil fraud case, where our brain room can't find a single example of it being brought where there was no victim. And then you look over to Maine, where a Secretary of State, one unelected Secretary of State, says, Donald Trump, you're off the ballot. And what do you add all those pieces together? And no wonder Americans see through this.
Molly Lyon, this is only coming to light because of a fight to unseal those arguably incorrectly sealed divorce proceeding documents. So we wouldn't even have known about any of this without that motion from Trump's team.
Yeah, the ex-wife wants accountability in this case, and the voters may also want some accountability, which is the big question here: is how will this affect the election? You have a president, a former president, who claims that this is all about political interference. And now, if you're going to prosecute the former president, the leading nominee for a party, you would think you want things to be as neat as possible, but this is pretty messy, and it's going to raise a lot of questions from reporters about integrity, about democracy. So it's going to be even more challenging, and it's going to lead to questions in all different states all across the country, not just in Georgia.
Sean Duffy, how do you see this playing out?
Well, it's a sordid sexual affair, right? But these two went to see the Biden White House, right? Joe Biden is quarterbacking these charges against Donald Trump. The case is not going to go away, but if you have a different prosecutor, a different manager with fresh eyes that haven't coordinated with Biden, you might have a different result in different charges. So that's one thing. But I got to tell you, I'm really impressed with Donald Trump. Running a campaign is incredibly hard. He's doing rallies, he's doing interviews, but also to have all of these charges against him. People have attacked his acuity, his ability to perform and multitask. This man is absolutely brilliant at how he's handled all of the pressure and done it really well. It's a testament to how in tune he is and how mentally sharp he is, being able to manage all of this.
Hey, listen here. You just heard what they said, and they spoke on it. Now, they spoke on the situation there. They said that Donald Trump is quarterbacking it. Listen to that right there. Excuse me, that Joe Biden is quarterbacking the situation. So Joe Biden appointed Fani Willis to go after Donald Trump. And what he did is he put her into the fire, used her, and now the things about her are coming out. Everybody's going to know her business and whatever relationship that she had with the prosecutor that she appointed. But she wasn't paying attention to that. All she thought was Biden is instructing me to go at Trump, and I'm going to do that so that I can get my rep up. But she wasn't thinking about the things that was in her closet. And now the things that she has done is coming out. And the wife of the prosecutor knows that something was going on between them. That's the thing. The wife knows because she done seen the credit card statements of the prosecutor buying plane tickets multiple times for Fani Willis. So she's trying to get the information to the public so that the public can see that it's inside stuff going on. And this is what goes on inside of their system. But if you're not in their system, you will not know. And what it took was somebody inside of their system to be able to push to get the information revealed. Now they're going to get the divorce proceedings unsealed in the prosecutor's divorce, and more information is going to come out about whatever relationship her and the prosecutor had. And now that you see that this information came out, right? YFN Lucci's case, he took a plea. She had 3 RICO cases that were public figures on the line. It was 3 of them. She got Young Thug, YFN Lucci, and Trump. And Young Thug's case has already started. His case is already going to trial and it's already started. And you can see that that case got some shaky things in it. So we're going to see what all the witnesses, how the witnesses come out and talk about whatever they talk about, if it's going to be valid. But you see the first witness that came out, he was all over the place. He wasn't on the prosecution's side. So now they got to deal with that and they got to see what the other people was going to say. You already know the one YSL Woody for Young Thug's case already on video. He's going to come out and say what he said. So that might be the biggest witness against Young Thug in his situation. That's why it might be kind of damaging for him. But YFN came off. He got 3 years in on his sentence. And he took a plea to the 10 years. They said, man, we're going to give you the plea now. Fani got too much stuff going on. Fani got too much stuff going on. So we're going to go ahead and give you the plea to get your case out the way, because we can't have 2 cases that are all over the place going on. It's really going to look bad. Trump's situation, I think that they're going to end up downgrading the charges or they're going to drop the charges. This is my opinion. Because what happens is you see that it's a lot of background shit going on. And like they said just on the news clip that I just played, Biden is quarterbacking the situation. That's what's happening. Biden is quarterbacking the situation. And what's going to happen now, I'm going to tell y'all this now. You might not want to listen to me, but when Trump gets elected for president, he going to turn that shit on Biden. It's going to be Biden's turn to see if he can hold the fuck up when that fire come on his ass. I'm telling you that right now. Some people can believe me and some people might not. But Trump is going to turn this fire on Biden's ass because it's a game that's being played in the system. YFN definitely will be home soon. He can get released early. He can put modifications in, post-conviction relief. He can put all kinds of things in. So yeah, Lucci's coming home. He sat it out. If Young Thug's crew would have sat back and all fought, they might have got all pleas. But what happens with their system now is they use your friends against you. The people that you say riding with you, the people that you say you'll ride or die for, those the people that they going to use against you. All the way. So they got the people that was riding with him, which is his number one dog, Young Gunner. They used Gunner straight against him and got everybody else to fold when them jokers should have held up. Them jokers should have held up. But a lot of them was on the social media talking about the things they did. So they was going to get something anyway. You got to take what you got because you wanted to brag about it. But the ones that know that they wasn't involving themselves in criminal activity, y'all should have stood up. Y'all signed up for that. That's the image y'all portrayed. But Fani shook too many trees, baby. She shook too many motherfucking trees at one time. And now they got to settle some of the situations. That's what's going on now. These situations got to get settled. And the first one to get settled was YFN Lucci. Now, it's still a possibility, right, for Young Thug, as he's in trial, fighting for his life, that in the middle of his trial, they can offer him a plea deal. It still can happen. So it's been plenty of times that situations will get all the way to the jury making a decision, right? And they'll say, well, we got this plea offer on the table just because the jury's taking too long. This is their system now. They can do that. They can come to an offer with any of the defendants in the situation and try to get them to go ahead and settle the situation, as in like, listen, we just want it to be over. We know this is not looking promising for us. So let us just get this out the way. Now, this can happen. And you'll see it all the time if you pay attention to how their system works. You know, and Donald Trump is like, I'm going to war. You know, Trump is not taking a plea to nothing. Why would I take a plea when I feel I didn't do nothing? And you got to mean that when you in these situations sometimes, if you see the fight in the situation. A lot of people, when they get in the situation, they already feel defeated. Trump is out there doing campaigns every day with these charges on their head. They done bought 4 different cases up on him. Don't let Trump get in the White House. Don't let him get back in there, because all the people that put the pressure on Trump, they better be clean. They better be clean, because if they're not clean, right, it's going to come out. Because when Trump get back in position, they're going to go after all the people that put the pressure on him. And these people are being appointed by Biden. It's the game. Biden came to us and said, you not black if you don't vote for me. Where is he at? This is worse things going in the neighborhood now. It's worse things going in the neighborhood now. The price of drugs are at an all-time low. Is anybody paying attention to that? Biden is in office and the price of drugs are at an all-time low. But I bet nobody paying attention to that. I bet ain't nobody paying attention to that. When Trump was in the office, the drugs were high. They were expensive. That's because it was hard for the drugs to get here. Now, it's easy for that shit to get here. So the shit is so fucking cheap. He's worried about fighting Trump. He's worried about if Trump gets into office, that he's going to reverse that shit on him. Now, his son is in fire, that his son might flip on him, which is a possibility that can happen because the son knows a lot of information that he was involved in, and they know information that the son was involved in. So when the situation where Biden gets out of the White House, they got to worry about the situation being turned on them. Shit got real. But YFN done made it back. YFN done made it back, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel good for the brother. He didn't compromise his integrity. He held up. Waited for the right situation. That's what Gunner didn't do. Gunner should have did that because now you know he gonna have to come testify. All the people that took those pleas are gonna come have to testify, man. They gotta get up there and say that. They gotta get up there and say that line that they signed where it said you have knowledge of the criminals in furtherance the gang of YSL. You got to get up there and attest to that, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what's going on, man. But these people put themselves in those situations there and they don't see it coming. They don't see it coming. Straight crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for the brother, man. You know what I'm saying? That he held out and this is what's going on. The brother is going to be able to, you know what I'm saying, get out and get back to his life. And he didn't have to go on that sucker shit. And another thing I wanted to say, right, with YFN Lucci, he was making songs, you know, that the women and the males liked, right? And he was making good songs, you know what I'm saying? But the difference with Thug was admitting the shit, the work that he was getting done and shit like that in his raps. That's a total different situation. So they might have had a little case on YFM, right? They might have had a case on him, but the case wasn't as strong as Thug's situation. Because Thug was detailing it. And if you looking at the YSL trial, right? Young Thug was Instagramming, messaging people, talking crazy and shit. What you think they can't go get your Instagram and your Facebook messages? What's wrong with people? All that shit that they tell you is encrypted is a damn lie. They own it. They own it. It's a manipulation game, man. It's their system. They're telling you that these things are encrypted to get you to use it. Pay attention to that, man. I want y'all to pay attention to that. For real. You know what I'm saying? And let me see here. I wanted to look up this thing. So I'll let y'all see the little thing what they said about YFN, man. You know what I'm saying? The brother that made it back, man. The brother that made it back, man. I'm happy for the brother, man. I'm happy for the brother, man. Real shit. I'm happy for the brother, man. Yeah. The brother that made it back.
Just into the 11 Alive newsroom, Atlanta rapper YFN Lucci was sentenced to 10 years in prison. The rapper, whose real name is Rayshawn Bennett, pleaded guilty to one count of violation of the Street Gang Terrorism and Prevention Act. He is one of a dozen men indicted on racketeering and RICO charges back in 2021. The group's charges are related to alleged involvement with the Bloods Street Gang. According to court documents, prosecutors could write a letter to the parole board recommending release when eligible, but records show he has been in jail for nearly 3 years.
Okay, let's get a check.
Hey, listen, man. The brother took the plea and he stood on what he stood on, man. They offered him to tell on Young Thug. They offered him. He said, man, I'm not telling. I'm standing my own. But they seen that they didn't have a case as strong as they felt that they had a case. And then the DA is being looked at as real shaky. She shook these berries, man. She shook them too hard. She had too many fall off at the same time, and she couldn't get them up in time. Now that shit coming back, and they stepping on the berries now. They stepping on them, man. They stepping on the berries, man. This is the game that's played inside of their system. You have to understand that the system is designed to benefit them until someone inside of their system reveals information that the people don't know. Because nobody would have ever known that Fani Willis had any type of relationship with the prosecutor until the information was revealed from inside. Things go on because these people are human. But when they up there are portraying an image to the world and doing their job, people don't look at it like that. They look at these people like they're robots. They think that these people don't do any wrong. They would never do anything like that. They would never take it upon themselves to do anything like that. This is what's looked at when you see these people. The image that they portray. But these people are human too, man. So it's like you see all this stuff coming out about these people. You see these situations going different than what people expected, because all they thought was YFN is cooked. Trump is cooked. But I guarantee you, Trump's going to overcome the situation. Just like YFN overcame the situation, because in the situation he was in when he had the situation with his boy getting killed and they said he pushed him out the car. From these situations being this way, right? The man got 10 years with 3 in. He got half his time in, man. He get to come back. He's a good musician and he gets to get back to his craft. And he didn't compromise his integrity. But I'm sure that if he's smart, he's not going to come back with that same energy, because energy is real. When you come with that kind of energy, that shit bring fucking trouble to you. If you a musician, just make your music and get to the money. You can't be a gangster and a businessman at the same time. There's no gangster and a person that was a businessman. They never worked out. They always fail. You have to pick one. But you definitely gonna fail as a gangster. Gangsters don't last. We as people got to understand when enough is enough. When to know not to be involved with situations. When it's time to debt those situations. We got to understand that. It becomes a time where you know you're not going to win. But I say energy, man. Energy is real, and I don't know if y'all believe in energy. Some people believe in different things that we were taught, but you can feel the energy when something's not right. You can feel the energy when something's right. It's a feeling that runs through your body. Our body is ran off energy. So you got to pay attention to those signs. When you get a sign that something ain't right, remove yourself. Because a lot of people will be in a relationship and they can feel that the relationship is fucked up. It's not right. But they still try to fight through it, thinking that something's going to change. When all it does is get worse. It don't get better. So you got to pay attention to the real signs of the energy, man. Huh? We all know, man. But sometimes, we get to second guessing ourselves. We look at ourselves and say, maybe this, maybe that. And when the results still go sour, you just say, all right, next time. How about you just don't put yourself in that situation? Huh? Yeah, man. But, it ain't looking good for Fani. I don't think it's looking good for Fani Willis because all this shit coming out at this time, Biden set her up for the kill. This is what happened. Biden used the pawn, but he don't care if she fall. People got to understand, don't nobody care when you fall, man. Don't nobody care when you fall. You think they care when them soldiers is out there on that front line and something happened to them? Not really. That was your job. You took up the job to be a soldier. So why would they care? You got to care about yourself first. Because I said it earlier. If you want to put more caring about somebody else, you'll be disappointed when they show you that they don't care about you as much. It'll disappoint you to the core. And you like, damn, I thought they loved me. And I'm sure now that she's in this situation, right? They're probably reaching out to her, the team, letting her know, oh, it's going to be all right. But she's stressed now. Just to the situations when she was putting people in those stressful situations, feeling like she got the ability to put that pressure on somebody. Now the same system is putting the pressure on her. It's the same system now. The same system is putting the pressure on her. It's the game, man. Do we understand this game? I wonder, do we really understand this game? Because it's their game. It's not our game. It's their game. We just a part of it. We the pieces in the game. But yeah, man, leave a comment, man. Let me know what y'all think about it, man. Y'all think they're going to drop them charges on Trump? Y'all think that they might give Thugger a plea through the trial? Or they want to have at least one person they make an example out of? You know what I'm saying? Thug might have to take the fall. Trump and Lucci get off, and Trump got to take the fall. Because they want the elbow out of Trump. Out of Thugger. Young Thug, they want life out of him. They want the hardcore example. And maybe it could be allegedly that because she was messing with Nut. It's like, yo, Nut got knocked off, got killed. Dude from Atlanta. So maybe it could be that she had a personal relationship with Nut. Because she said that she told the family that she was going to get to the bottom of this. So allegedly, it could be that that relationship makes it so that she wants to get this situation handled, but then she took on too many situations at the same time, putting them in the same category as the RICO. So it just ain't looking too good in that situation. I wonder what y'all think about that, man. And that's real. But I really think, I think Trump is going to spank it, man. Because Trump knows the game. That's one thing about it. Trump knows the game. And all the people that, when they put information out on people and make things look a certain way and we start looking at it a certain way, we think, oh, no, this is what it is because this is what they're saying. But y'all better understand, Trump know that game. He's fully equipped with the game. It's nothing new to him. It's new to you because you're not understanding this information that they put out because they put it out to the public a certain way to manipulate the brain. That's what it is. They know that we are easily influenced by the information of media. It's easy to influence Americans of information from the media putting it out there because all we got to do is put it out there a certain way across all platforms. And most people are going to believe it. When Trump is letting you know that it's fake news. The news is fake. It's designed to put out a certain information that they want you to believe. The system, man, the games. The system is designed to benefit them. It's not designed to help you. Trust me. And we think that, though. This is the things we think. We think the system is designed to help us. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. It's like, yeah, it's for us. Nah, it ain't for us. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not at all for us. The people are the game, man. We are the game. They know what it is. Real shit. It's a game. What it do? Hey, man. And then, we got Jeannie Ma here, right? Jeannie Ma said she didn't have time to review the prenup. I guess the people don't understand paperwork. People say, oh, they might think, yeah, well, they can rip that up now. Nah. She took it upon herself and signed this paperwork, man. The prenup is the prenup, man. And I really don't understand, why people put themselves in this situation to this day when we all know the outcome. Why is that? Why can't we just love the way we want to love? Why do we have to love the way the system tells us to love? Why? When it's proven that the system doesn't work. Well, maybe it works for after a relationship is over and it benefits the person. And I'm going to say this right here. I really have to say this. The system will benefit in marriage for the man and the woman. It just doesn't benefit the go-getter. If you are a go-getter in a relationship and you plan to get married, the system will not benefit you. It will benefit the person that's more relaxed. And this is a fact. So it's men that have been in a marriage and when they're in the marriage that they take advantage of the wife. You see it happen to Mary J. Blige. These things happen. And it's women that get to take advantage of the man. You hear about these guys paying $20,000 a month for this. Kanye, $200,000 a month. You hear about it. So I really feel that the situation benefits the person that's a less go-getter. So you got to be wisely choosing who you want to get married to. If you a type of person that's a go-getter, you can't go out there and get married and say, I'm going to marry this person because I love them, and they just sit at home all the time. Because when the relationship doesn't work out, you still got to pay that person to sit home. Man or women. Whatever way it goes. So it can go both ways, man. And, with her situation here, I mean, she's saying she just found this information out as when the public found out. I'm sure Jeezy was telling her he was unhappy. I'm sure. Anybody in the marriage is going to say, yo, they're going to let the situation be known. I'm not happy. It's something going on. I don't like this. And a lot of people just ignore it because they think that they're in the situation and it can't go left. But when the situation go left, why does the other person that doesn't feel that they're doing as good as the other person have to destroy the other person? Why is that? Why does the person have to destroy? I really don't understand that, man. The other person has to destroy. You can't say, all right, it's not working out. Cool. I want to know how many marriages out there if anybody knows these marriages that got divorced and they just said, all right, you go your way and you go your way. And I'm talking about people that had things going on, not people that were broke and don't have nothing. Because it's easy to tell a person that you know you're not going to get nothing from. All right, well, it's not working. Let's get a divorce. But the people that have things going on, why does it have to be an ongoing fight? And people still get married and these things happen? What fun is that? For somebody to sit up and tell a person that they love this person, I want to be with this person, how much they care about this person, and all these things. You kiss every part on the person's body, and then it comes to this right here, man. What sense does that make, man?
Jeannie, things are different from the last time you were here. Some unexpected news broke about your marriage.
I was going through things, and marriage ended in divorce, and it was kind of hard. So yeah, it's what I'm dealing with day by day, you know.
And how are you doing now?
Well, I think I'm doing better now. You know, I think at the time when I found out, you know, at the same time as the rest of the world that my marriage was ending in divorce, I was gutted. So yeah, today it's about picking up the pieces. It's about discovering me and being a mom to the best blessing in my life, my little girl. You know?
Accentuating the positive
Absolutely.
and the beauty in life.
Even though this year I met the most broken version of me, I also met the strongest version of me.
I love
today.
how you said that. That's going to empower so many to hear you say it like that.
Yeah.
Now, how is your beautiful baby doing?
Oh my God.
Hey, listen. Now, when she says that right there, right? She says that she wants to just pick up the pieces. So why can't you just say, all right, our relationship is over. Let's get a divorce. That's it. She wants to challenge the prenuptial agreement. Come on now. She is challenging the prenup. Now she's saying that she didn't have enough time to review it. Wow. And that's what it comes to. Our relationship didn't work. You signed a document stating that it was going to be such and such, but now you're saying you didn't have enough time to review it. And you want the courts to honor what you said when you signed the document. Somebody that you told you love them now, it didn't work out. Why does it have to come to this in relationships? Why does relationships have to come to where it's going to separate the father from the child because of you being bitter? You signed the document already. You already know what it is. Let us co-parent and keep it moving. But it just doesn't work like that in relationships, and people still go to get married and do this. It doesn't make any sense though. Because now this child's going to be damaged with the relationship with the father because the mother's bitter. She's upset that the prenup is what it is. And she's saying, I didn't read it. I didn't have enough time. It was too quick. Come on, man. Why? What kind of games is being played with that, man? I wonder, man. Life is just something, man. From the people that you sit down with and you tell them that you love them. You spend a lot of time with them. Y'all have the best moments together. But when a relationship doesn't work, why can't you still have good moments with that person? Why is it so much of the norm that it has to be beef? Why do you have to beef with someone that you have to separate with? This is what we have been accustomed to, because this is what we're taught. If we were taught something different, as in if it doesn't work out, you go your way, you go your way. But it's taught that somebody has to gain from the situation to make it right. Everybody should be cut where it's cut at. And that's it. And you wouldn't have all of this bickering. You wouldn't have somebody being bitter. The man wouldn't be bitter to the woman. The woman wouldn't be bitter to the man. But people are looking at financial gain when a situation doesn't work. Either when you separate with the child or when you separate with divorce. Everybody's looking at financial gain. Nobody's looking at the life of the human being. That's really no concern. It's financial gain. And this is facts, because this is all you see. When a relationship doesn't work, who can take who down? Who has the ability to take the other person down? That's just plain and simple. Who has the ability? Who has more leverage? And if you don't see it and you plan on getting married, just expect that when it doesn't work out. Why wouldn't someone expect it? And it's like some people say, well, when you get married, you shouldn't go into a marriage looking at it like that. Why wouldn't you when you see this in every marriage when it doesn't work? So I'm supposed to be blind to this, and I'm supposed to be naive to this until it's in my face, and then I want to wake up when I have no control over it? Now we have to be honest. Just straight honest with the situation, man. And, you know, Jeezy's a brother that you can already tell come from the street. And, you know, when you come from the street, you deal with a lot of different adversities. So dealing with adversity with a marriage, he'll get through it. But I guarantee you, he's not going to want to make that mistake again. And with situations like this, when they happen to men, it really damages the man really wanting to have that kind of love. Because some guys really want to have that kind of love and be involved in a situation. But why do you want to go through this when it doesn't work out? Maybe we could get back together later. But nobody wants to look at it like that, because people say, oh, I'm not spinning the block. That's the slang. I'm not spinning the block. So tear the block down, huh? Is that what it is? Because you don't want to spin the block. You want to look at it as you're going to tear the block down. You want to empty the clip so that you know that you're not spinning the block. And then people look at Nelly and Ashanti as if it's a bad thing that they have chemistry to get back together, because y'all want to look at what was wrong in the situation, as in for them having a good vibe together, they spent the block. Because whatever happened in the situation, it wasn't try to put the hammer to somebody's head and blow it away. It's like, okay, we can come back together because we separated, we had experiences, we've dealt with other people. Now we see that we want to be with each other. If it doesn't work again, oh well. But I know damn well you ain't spinning the block with somebody that tried to take you to court and take you out. That's impossible. So when a woman say they not spinning the block, the nigga's not spinning the block with you. No man gonna want to spin the block with somebody that tried to take him to court and take advantage of him. And if they do, they're a fool. Even for the woman. Why would a woman want to spin the block with a man? That's like Mary J. Blige wanting to spin the block with the man that took her out, took her to zero. She said the man broke her. And this was recently. Of course she wouldn't want to spin the block with him. But people leave no room for you to spin the block because they want to take you for everything and still communicate with you. I wouldn't want to have nothing to say to you. You live your life, I live my life. But you're not going to weigh on me mentally and bring that energy on me because that's what you want. I'm sure Jeezy doesn't even want to speak to her because you got a certain kind of energy. You're using lawyers to try to fight me when we already have an agreement. It didn't work out. All right, cool. You get this, whatever. It goes this way, boom. But you want more. It's fucking foul. The shit's foul when you pay attention to it, man. You know? And I don't agree with it. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Some people might agree with it because they look at the situation different and they say, man, no, he should do this for her. He should do that. Well, damn, what should she do? And all honesty, what does the man benefit if he's a go-getter out of being married? I wonder what somebody can tell me. I bet you can't nobody really answer that with a real answer. What does the man benefit by being married if he's a go-getter? Now, a guy that doesn't have nothing, yeah, he benefits by getting married if his wife is a working woman because he gets to stay in the house while she work and pay all the goddamn bills. If his woman is more successful and he doesn't do nothing, yeah, she's going to be taking him on vacation. She's going to be doing all the things. She's going to be dressing him up. And then if it doesn't work out, she has to pay him. Yes, that man benefits. But if the man is a go-getter, he benefits nothing at all from a sexual experience. Like, let's be real, man. But we manipulated early in life, so it takes us sometimes a long time to understand that. You know what I'm saying? It takes us a long time to understand that. And then it makes some men want to go outside of their race, and then they want to feel that, oh, if I go get this race and if I deal with this one, the experience might be different. No, the blueprint is set out all the way across the board. It's just if you see it, it's the same blueprint. They don't have different blueprints. When the situation doesn't work out, you weaponize the court system for the man or for the woman. It depends on what position you in. And this is just real shit. But yeah, man, leave a comment. Let me know what you feel, man. It's your boy DZ, man. You know, this is just my opinion on the situation with YFN Lucci, with Fani Willis, and with Jeannie, man. These are all court situations. This is the system. So, you know, leave a comment. Let me know what you feel, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back now. And share this video.